What's up, everybody? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, October 7th, 2018. If you're a replay viewer, I actually just got done recording a technical analysis for Bitcoin, and I'm going to upload that video right after I get done this live stream. So there will be another actual just technical analysis video for you. And if you're interested in that, you can go right over to that video. In this live stream, I'm going to be talking about a few things. Number one, sidechains on Bitcoin, ICOs on Bitcoin. Bitcoin ICOs? What? What are you talking about, Dan? Well, we're going to talk about that in this video. We're going to look at, real quick, on the zoomed out charts, $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. Just something I was looking at in the last couple days, figured I would share it with you. It just looked pretty. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about Litecoin technical analysis. We're going to look at the charts a little bit. Key area of resistance in a possible short-term uptrend that we might see in the coming days. So I want to talk about that as well. So that's pretty much what this will cover. Really, going into this week, I wanted just to do a live stream and just kind of hang out with all of you. So if you're here, appreciate you here, you being here right now. Cincinnati Jack is here. I see that. Pro Baller's here. What's up, Pro Baller? Ed Bailey, Hive Channel. Ian Castellano says, "Are we dipping under $50 or what?" I don't know, right? Are we dipping under $50? I mean, right now we're at 57. If we don't retest the upper trend, the bottom trend line here, we're definitely going to be going down under $50 in my opinion. Steve Brule, just subscribed. What's up, man? Thank you for the subscribe, Steve. If you're in here watching, even if you're a replay viewer watching, you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of the channel. Trying to grow this channel, trying to do big things, which hopefully you'll learn about in this video. We're going to just chat about it briefly. But yeah, I'm going to give it just a couple minutes for everybody to kind of come in. Ricky Bobby's here. Quentin Tarleton is here. What's up? Ryan Jack says Sunday night live stream. Here's the thing. I'm thinking Thursday live streams and then every now and then Sunday live streams. So that's kind of my schedule. John Kim, LTC official, is here. What's up, John? Yo, man. What do we start with this with these crypto wraps, which I'm going to bring up at the beginning of this live stream. We're going to go over that real quick in case there's anybody in here that didn't see. Stinking Litecoin Moses. Litecoin Moses, like tearing it up on the mic. What's up, everybody? So I'm just going to kind of just go into this video. I want to first start off by letting everybody know a quick update on the Crypto Capital Venture Launchpad Foundation. I know I haven't talked about it very much lately. I had that October 1st launch, which I kind of already launched in, I think it was September, when we kind of just put it out there to everybody. We've been working on some things behind the scenes. We're going to continue to work on those things, which will lead to the first funding that we have for a mission right in the center of Philly, right in Kensington, very bad area, and you all are going to be part of that when we get that first funding. I'm thinking it will probably be in mid-November, maybe late November, and then this promo I'm trying to get done by November 1st, the promo video. So really excited about this still. I just, working behind the scenes on it, so I haven't really talked to you all about it much until we're really getting things going. But I can't wait for the first funding. I cannot wait to really maybe even do some videos down in Kensington area in Philadelphia and talk about the good that comes from the cryptocurrency space, namely just all of you awesome people out there. So that's Crypto Capital Venture Launchpad Foundation. Next up, as I just mentioned, as I was just talking to John Kim about, there it is, man, Litecoin Moses. I'm going to play it. It's a couple minutes. I'm going to just play it. I'm doing this live stream. Hopefully you're here and you like live streams and you don't mind. I'm going to be kind of random tonight. But Litecoin Moses said, I took a poll whether I should make a rap song. I was going to do it anyway. I recorded with a mic on my camera, so the quality isn't that good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to play it right now. I hope everybody's cool with that. Press 1 if you want me to play the whole thing by Litecoin Moses. 2 minutes long. Press 1. Press 1. Press 2 if you're just like, don't play it. John Kim says it's going to spread quick. All right, Chris Stonley said 1, so I'm playing it.
Value that'll show to me. Call me Litecoin Moses, no XRP. Don't forget the 2 for parentheses. I'm crypto up, you can't censor me. Bet it lasts for more than a few centuries. I'm a disciple of the great Andreas Antonopoulos. The government ain't stopping this, it's obvious. Politicians aren't for us, they're for lobbyists. And it's for the revolution and my shopping list. 100%, just being honest. I'm for capitalism. I ain't no communist, we gon' run with the bulls. By the dip, Litecoin is the one. That's it, hands gotta be free. Don't quit, cryptos to the moon. No shit, Bitcoin. Last year was a hot thing, 2018. Still about the blockchain. Let a mission and I'm all about my guap, man. Market cap about to blow like some octane. Still dealing with these haters saying old stuff. Last year, Charlie sold at the top, Moses. Don't care, Litecoin is the real deal. And Charlie sold with no ill will. Litecoin is tried and true. My man John Kim will ignite the fire in you. Here's a tip, call me Poseidon Luke. We don't have to hit a grand 999 to do. I live by the dip model. Underwater, but I can see through my goggles. The next bull run, it'll be colossal. Don't be a weak can. How? Green candles, make it to the bloom joy. Then manipulated and destroyed like a chew toy. Didn't know I'm a perma bull moon boy. Hashtag Litecoin to the moon boy. Currency crisis, next bull run trigger. Litecoin chiller, this Bitcoin killer. Cryptos, fiat's dinner. Bitcoin's gold, Litecoin silver.
Yo. Litecoin Moses, dude. Litecoin Moses. I think you showed me up. I think you showed John Kim up. So I commented. Where did I comment? I said, hey, you want to collab? I'm at my mom's. I was at my mom's earlier. And she just watched this with me. She was definitely jamming, dude. She was jamming. Really awesome. Litecoin Moses. I mean, already 1,900 views and growing, 87 likes. Go over there and follow Litecoin Moses if you're on Twitter. It was just so cool to see that drop. He dropped his first Litecoin. Well, I mean, I guess you can call it a solo album. So thanks, Litecoin Moses, for doing that. That was sweet. Yesterday I posted this. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see Random Weirdness by Dan, myself, from Crypto Capital Venture. I'll just be doing, I obviously have a life outside of YouTube, outside of crypto, and me and Sarah, we're weird, and she kind of pushes me over the edge to share my weirdness with all of you. And what's kind of crazy is I have clients, that follow me on Twitter, so I'm like, I always wonder, man, I wonder how they feel about this. Crypto Capital Venture, recruiter of world-class executives and engineers, but man, I'm a little bit weird.
Okay. I don't mean to be bearish on Litecoin, but you gotta be ready for the worst. Preparation. And I'm long on Litecoin. I am.
So go follow me on Twitter. Have some fun over there with me. There were some hilarious comments. I even scared Sarah last night. So that's me outside of crypto world, just having some fun. Thought I'd share it with all of you. And then kind of pivoting back into crypto world. How to Feel Coffee has this tweet. I mean, there's been a bunch of tweets about this, but go sign this petition. And after I meant to put a link before I started this live stream, I need to put a link to the petition, which is food trucks for LTC. We now have 242 supporters. I'm sure there's a little bit more. This was yesterday. If each of those 242 send out this link via text to 10 families, and then you get the point. They're trying to hit their goal to sign this petition for food trucks for LTC. And here's basically the website for that. Mode Chowdhury says, you are a weird guy, man. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm not going to sit here. So here it is. David posted from Litecoin Foundation, help the Litecoin community convince the National Truck Association and its members to accept Litecoin as payment. That's a pretty big deal. That thousands of customers nationwide want to pay with Litecoin. Businesses all over the world are accepting Litecoin with each passing day. Food truck merchants are a perfect fit for Litecoin payments. Transactions are fast and cheap. The food truck industry should join the future of payments. Help us all tell them what we want. And actually, I think I can post a link. If everybody here can just go sign that. Maybe we can get it doesn't let me. It's too long. Why is that link so long? It's not a direct link. I need to find the link to this. Do we have any mods in here that could possibly post the link to? That would be helpful. But either way, I'll put a link in the description below once I am done this live stream. Alex Kovacs, hope you're having a good night too. So let's kind of pivot right into the news for Bitcoin. ICOs coming to a Bitcoin near you via Smart Bitcoin. It's just crazy. I came across this article today, CoinDesk. Really interesting stuff, and let's just talk about it real quick. I don't know if maybe you've heard of this and kind of read about some things going on in this part of the space, but by the end of the year, an initial coin offering or ICO will be launched on Bitcoin. You heard that right, on Bitcoin. While Ethereum, the second largest blockchain by market cap, and other smart contract protocols have been the choice for the majority of entrepreneurs interested in creating new crypto tokens, with a side chain created by RSK, Bitcoin will now have the ability to host the new fundraising mechanism as well. Pretty crazy. In fact, the original concept of an ICO was first started on the blockchain itself back in 2013. Though, with comparatively limited blockchain infrastructure of Ethereum today, by self-proclaimed inventor of the idea, J.R. Willett, who raised a total of $500,000 for the Litecoin Mastercoin, later renamed to Omni. So, RSK will be dominating the smart contract ecosystem, and for Bitcoin, that will open another era of Bitcoin, like Ethereum. I gotta be honest about something. I feel like this ICOs on the Bitcoin network, right? Smart Bitcoin could be a potentially great opportunity for making some money. Even if you're behind this idea or not, insane opportunity to make some probably incredible gains, especially amidst a bull market. So that's something that just kind of popped into my head as I was reading this article. The startup's main interest is in giving small and medium-sized enterprises the ability to track products throughout the supply chain from its origin to its final consumption, a hot use case for the nascent technology today. So, I mean, this is such a good example of clients that I have building on top of Ethereum. It's exactly the type of model that they are doing. According to many enthusiasts, a blockchain will give businesses a cost-efficient and immutable method for storing supply chain data. In Temco's case, the token will be used by both vendors and consumers for things like payment for products, storage of data, and subscription to business intelligent tools. In addition, consumers will be awarded points, later converted into these tokens for general participation, such as tracking their purchases from data stored on the blockchain and reviewing these purchases to ensure product quality in the ecosystem. It's crazy. It's crazy. I have one client, they're basically a health data platform, and it's actually an awesome app called Doc AI. You can download it in the App Store, doc.ai, and you can import and track all of your health data, tests, medical records, everything you want in there. You can pair it up with other health apps, and then you can ask the AI questions. It's all built on the blockchain. And for submitting your data to anonymously and privately submitting your health data, you can choose to do so to health research, you get rewarded. So in a lot of these ICOs and in a lot of these tokens, you see this like reward process based around and modeled around data. So it's really an interesting concept that I really am intrigued by, and I've been following closely. And some of my clients are basically utilizing that model. And I love watching that grow and morph into new and better ideas. So that's kind of that. I think it ends. I had one more thing highlighted. Bitcoin network is really ideal because scalability is number one, and you don't have to worry about hacking. So obviously, I think Bitcoin network would be ideal, compared to Ethereum. So when smart contract tool is brought to the Bitcoin network, everybody's going to want to come to Bitcoin. So that's that. So I don't think I'm confusing anybody. Don't confuse people, Dan. A lot of people start trade after seeing your videos. I don't think I'm confusing anybody. I'm just reading an article on CoinDesk. And hey, this is going to start happening, so keep an eye on it. Moving on over to a post I had, which really will pivot us into the technical analysis portion of the video. I said, I've talked about the below $50 Litecoin for months on my channel, as many of you know, as being the very heavy accumulation area for me. It gives me butterflies thinking about those prices, mainly because I think that would be the final dip. It literally does. Like, I get butterflies I get excited thinking about accumulating even more under that actual area. If we're under $50, I do not believe that we'll be there long. I just think it's a great opportunity for many, many people in this space. Obviously, you have to kind of analyze your risk tolerance and where you are. But for me, for a while now, under $50 is that very heavy accumulation area. I've always been accumulating, but that under $50 area is just kind of like, what an opportunity. I mean, it really is an opportunity. And I didn't think we'd get there. And we've already been there. We've wicked down below $50 already, right? In the last month or so, it's happened. We can see that on the chart, and we're going to look at Litecoin in a few minutes here. But first, I wanted to talk about this $1 trillion market cap and we talked about it before, but I was just kind of looking through charts, zoomed out, and I love zooming out on the Bitcoin chart. And really just seeing the flow, like this harmonious flow of Bitcoin as it continues to grow, as it continues to dominate, right? And make itself known to the world, to the globe, because it's a beautiful flow. We get these like parabolic moves, right? We'll be in a channel, an upward trend channel, and you can see it. I kind of try to like illustrate it best I could on the screen, but we'll be in this like channel, and then we'll have a parabolic move just through that channel to a new high, right? And then we consolidate, and then we're in a new channel, and then we have a parabolic move with a new high to a new channel, and then we consolidate, and then we have another parabolic move to a new channel, new high, and then we consolidate. Like, it just keeps happening, right? And it's just a nice, even, steady growth flow. Trading view day mode is blinding. Is it that bad? I like it. If I get enough of those comments, I'll probably switch back to the dark mode. But I don't know why. I like it. I feel like it's clean. So we had these parabolic moves, and now we're in consolidation. And so the question is, when are we going to have that another nice growth parabolic move, possibly up to breaking through the upper trend line, breaking that previous high, right? And then reaching what will most likely be a $1 trillion market cap. I'm fairly confident in the next bull market whenever it ensues. And look, if it followed my trend line that I just laid out, we're talking about in July, right? This would be July. We're hitting $58,000, and we're breaking $58,000, and that's a $1 trillion market cap. That's just this trend line. It could be way different, right? I'm not going to sit here and say what my time frame is. I mean, we could continue trading sideways, consolidate, see a new low, and then start our move up. Like, it could be, I don't know when it's going to be. However, right now, I think it's probably the most important thing you can do in terms of how you can accumulate. The most important thing to do, in my opinion, is to start here on the weekly chart, zoomed out for perspective. It's so easy to get caught and wrapped up in emotion in accumulating Bitcoin when we're seeing small 10%, small 20% ups and downs in the markets. And it's crazy to say that, small 10% gains, right? Small 10% losses, because 10% is a good amount. But when you're zoomed in and you're living in those moments and in that volatility, you lose perspective. At least I do, and that's why I'm saying this. It's easy to lose perspective in those markets. So that's why I zoom out and I'm like, all right, this helps me get my game plan in order in terms of accumulation. And so for me, that would mean just accumulating here, right, patiently, expecting a possible dip, right, 5,000 or below, expecting that, having fiat ready for it, but being patient because I am long and truly do believe that we're going to see a nice uptrend continue, a nice bull market continue. It's really as simple as that. If you're in it for quick gains, then you might stress a little bit more on the shorter time frames. So in terms of that $1 trillion goal, right, and this is why I'm so convinced that we're going to be fine and we're going to hit that fairly soon. If not, maybe even by the end of the year. It's totally possible. I know I talked about this on Twitter a little bit. I'm not saying I think it will happen, but it is possible to see $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin by the end of the year. I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's possible. So what is that $1 trillion market cap? Dude, I think we should give him the boot, because he keeps saying things that aren't true about these videos. So Apple, obviously this was posted. This isn't updated. Apple broke $1 trillion market cap recently, and Apple is Apple compared to Bitcoin, around a little over $100 billion, right? So we're talking a cryptocurrency that might be on pace to be just the go-to global currency, right? Right now sitting at just over $100 billion market cap. It's literally insane. It's literally insane to think about that, how small it is. And then you have Apple, which is already at $1 trillion. So to look at this zoomed out chart, it's like, man, Bitcoin's so big. We're in cryptocurrency, and like so many people are coming in. It's still so small. And that's another reason why I zoom out on the charts and I eye up where that market cap is, because that market cap, that $1 trillion market cap, like this is Apple. This is one company. This is one company's market cap. Bitcoin's sitting at like a little over 100 billion down here. So it's incredibly early for Bitcoin, and you can see. I mean, I have CoinMarketCap. It's $114 billion. That's what the market cap for Bitcoin is. So it lends itself to perspective for you in terms of where we are. Here's Apple at $1 trillion up here. Bitcoin's still sitting down here. If this growth continues and if this money continues to pour in, institutional investors are coming in, the market continues to grow. This hasn't even started yet. This game has not even started yet. Now is the time, if you do have some risk tolerance, in my opinion, to kind of get in the game. That's not financial advice. So Bitcoin daily charts, obviously, I'm just going to touch on it to pivot into Litecoin because it is important to have the context of what Bitcoin's doing. Mainly, I'm going to just touch on it, not spend too much time on it, because I just did a technical analysis video on Bitcoin, which I'm going to upload immediately after I get done this live stream. So if you're interested in that, you can check that video once it's live in like an hour and a half. But in that video, I basically talk about, first off, how in this large symmetrical triangle that we talked about the other day on the daily chart, we're 73% to the apex, right? So I think something's getting ready to happen one way or another. And then we have this smaller looking symmetrical triangle in the pink within that triangle. So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for resistance. That's kind of what I talked about in today's video. I didn't talk about the downside too much. Everybody knows what my thoughts are on the downside, and I'll probably be doing a video on that tomorrow anyway. So really I talked about the upside. I talked about within this 4-hour chart, which by the way, if we go to that 4-hour chart, here's that 4-hour pink triangle, we're 79% to the apex in that pink triangle. So we're at a really like interesting area. 73% to the apex on the big one, on the big triangle, 79% to the apex on this smaller triangle. So my video today talking about analysis is what happens if we break the top of this triangle, right? Which is only around $6,600. So it's basically like $100 away. What if Bitcoin makes a move and breaks that triangle? Well, we're probably most likely going to be approaching our Fibonacci channel. And that's really what I talked about in today's technical analysis video. This Fibonacci channel from that swing high to swing low. And there it is, the 618 to 786 right in here. That is like a very crucial area for Bitcoin, which is that $6,900 to $7,100. So if we break through this smaller short-term symmetrical triangle on the 4-hour chart into this area, that's when it's just like my eyes will be glued to the screen right when we're approaching $6,900 and in that channel to $7,100. Are we going to break that channel on the upside? If we break that channel to the upside, our remaining resistance is this 200 EMA, which is pretty confluent with the top of this trend line. And then boom, if we can get through that, we might be onto something. That's on the upside. Like I said, I'll probably do a downside video tomorrow so you all can prepare for that as well. But just know that $6,900 to $7,100 area, I probably won't be doing anything in that time frame or in that area. I'd be really looking for a strong resistance there, a possible bounce down off of that. So here's our short-term breakout triangle, but here's our longer-term resistance channel right here at the top of this long-term triangle that we possibly might bounce off of. It's something to be very, very ready for. But so what does this mean for Litecoin? So if really we can do this, if we look at the price range of a possible breakout for Bitcoin to this channel, you know, it's like 5 to 10% really. 5 to 10% away from testing a very critical resistance channel. So what's going to be interesting for Litecoin in terms of that number, 5 to 10%, I have the notes on the screen here, which says 5 to 10% gain to retest wedge coincides with Bitcoin Fibonacci resistance, which is this channel. That's the Fibonacci resistance right there. That's 5 to 10% away from where we are. So for Litecoin, 5 to 10% away for Litecoin on the upside is, we can take it, so 5% is the 50 EMA, huge barrier of entry for a bull market. And then leading into that 9% range is the top, or I'm sorry, not the top, is the bottom of this trend line. So it's something we've talked about before, which is basically, I get my brush. Well, actually, I have to move this screen up. Okay. So what we've talked about is breaking through a wedge. We always anticipate possible retracement back up to that wedge to test it, to see if it's a confirmed breakdown. And the same thing on the upside. If we broke up, we would look for it to retest the top. So a 5 to 10% gain in the markets right now would probably have Litecoin testing this area right here. And so if Litecoin fails to break that resistance area, and if it happens along with Bitcoin fails to break this resistance area, right? Fails to break the resistance area. That means we're going to probably have this target, and I need to put this line too so we can really see what's going on here, but I think it's just about. So the length of this triangle, or not triangle, the length of that wedge for the target area. So if this happened, this would be like 53, it's like $53, $52 target for Litecoin. And that would be coming down from, if we got resistance at $63. So it would be a pretty drastic like pullback into possible next wedge that Litecoin forms. But really that $61 to $63 area is kind of that area that I would look for Litecoin to see heavy resistance, along with Bitcoin doing what it does as it tries to break through its resistance at $6,900 to $7,100. If Bitcoin breaks through that resistance, Then what we'd look for is obviously, we would look for anything from short-term targets, right? To which would, one thing we would aim for is the length of the symmetrical triangle. And then we would look for kind of longer term resistance areas, right? So we would be looking at the $8,300 area. Obviously, the first barrier would be the $7,300 previous lower high for Bitcoin. But we really would want to be eyeing up momentum. We want to be eyeing up if news was a catalyst for any type of break through this area. That could be huge if news actually is a catalyst, because as we know, news as of lately has not moved the market. So when you have an environment where news isn't moving a cryptocurrency, and then all of a sudden news moves the cryptocurrency, usually it's a pretty strong breakout. There's heavier volume, and it could be the precursor to possible reversal in the market. So it is true that on this 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, this is the 4-hour chart. So this triangle that we're in, the symmetrical triangle, literally could be the catalyst for the reversal in the market. And it would all start here on this little 4-hour chart that you see before us, and it would all start with breaking through that. But obviously, it breaks through that. We've got some resistance on our hands in terms of Bitcoin. So it's just something that we have to eye up. But you better believe I will be watching the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. And it will be based off what you see on the screen right here, which is really the symmetrical triangle on the 4-hour, and then we'll see what happens. So those are kind of my thoughts right now. Litecoin, you can see it, $57.99, right? Man, we're a penny away from $58. Maybe we can break $58 on this live stream. That would be exciting. So those are kind of my thoughts on technical analysis. Let me know your thoughts. I just got a text from Sarah. She's on her way home. So that's perfect timing. Appreciate everybody. Drew Blood, I saw you in the chats. I saw you policing. Appreciate it, man. I really do. What's up, Alex? Kovacs. Eat Sleep Tart says, who would be selling in this market and what would trigger a sell? That's a good question. Who would be selling? Maybe somebody that realizes, man, I just don't have the risk tolerance anymore. I need to take whatever fiat I have left and get out of here forever. Maybe somebody in that position. I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons. F150, $5 super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I always love seeing you in the chats. Always love seeing you, man. Thank you so much for coming by. And thank you so much for the super chat as well. If you missed it, we talked about we will be launching the Launchpad Foundation with first funding, I say Q4 2018 on the website, but I'm thinking it will probably be mid-November. So it is Q4, but I think we can aim for like a mid-November, maybe late November first funding. And it's something I want to be able to record, and I really want to show everybody what you have inspired. F150 with the $5 super chat. Poseidon Lou right there with a $9.99 super chat. Thanks, Poseidon Lou. But you and you super chatters out there, you really inspired this that you see on the screen, Launchpad Foundation. And it really goes to show you, I've seen so much good stuff happening in cryptocurrency space in terms of like giving back, in terms of donating to different causes. And really, it depends on what cause you're passionate about. For me, inner city youth, especially in the Philadelphia, Kensington area, with a project that I'm pretty, I wouldn't say close with, but I really like the founder of this project. I love what they're doing, taking kids from the inner city off the streets and teaching them to box, giving them schooling, changing their lives around. They have some ridiculously cool projects in an insanely scary area, and it's just something Sarah and I are both passionate about. And it's crazy to think that a YouTube channel with just a bunch of you out there, just super chatting and just having some fun. You have really inspired this, so thank you. Steven Herzog's here. What's up, Steven? Appreciate all of you. Marcos Carrillo says LTC or BTC. Dan, what do you mean? Are you asking what you should buy, a Litecoin or Bitcoin? I know what probably 80% of the people in this chat would say. I feel like they would say, buy some Litecoin, Marcos. That's not financial advice. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious what you think, LTC or BTC. Appreciate it, Josh Wallace. Thanks for coming by, Josh. Steven, I hope you're doing well as well. So really, I mean, those are my thoughts today. I don't think really there's too much else to cover. I just wanted to put this video out there. A couple things. If you're not a subscriber and you're out there watching me right now and you're like, man, should I hit that subscribe button? Just hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel. Really trying to grow this thing, and I'm learning from all of you. That's kind of why I love just seeing new comments from new people, seeing different perspectives, and just trying to make this channel better. So if there's one reason I would like to have more subscribers, it's definitely just to make this a better and cooler channel because it's tough. It's tough trying to figure out, what you all want out there in YouTube land. So your feedback is very valuable to me. And then secondly, if you haven't seen earlier, I do have a Bitcoin technical analysis video I'm going to post once I end this live stream. So look out for that if you want to see some Bitcoin technical analysis, kind of a little bit deeper than what we talked about today. Steven, appreciate your thoughts, man. Thank you. So that's it. Everybody, Sunday night live stream is over. Tomorrow, I probably will. I feel like tomorrow we need to do a video anticipating the downside, talking about the downside. But I will tell you this. I hope Bitcoin, Litecoin, something makes a move. Sergio, thank you for the subscribe. I hope something makes a move by tomorrow, because the technical analysis videos, honestly, they get a little tough when it's trading sideways like that, because honestly, what more can I say other than we're still in triangle, nothing has happened, we're still consolidating like crazy, and I don't know what's going to happen next. There's really nothing more I can say. But yeah, look out for a video tomorrow, maybe news video talking about also possible downside. But those are my thoughts on Bitcoin and Litecoin world. Appreciate everybody that came by tonight, Sunday night. I hope you all have an amazing start to the week, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Grateful for each and every one of you. Have a great night. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.